Getting lost is already bad enough when the place follows normal rules. But this place has no windows, no signals, and no visible end. Yeah, no visible end. So you will do what anyone will do. Well, you start walking, obviously. Except that is the first problem with a backroom. Well, you see, it makes every decision feels useful until it's turned that decision against you. The rooms are yellow, the carpet is damp, every doorway leads to another nearly identical room. So you choose one hallway, then another, and another. Until 10 minutes later, nothing has changed at all. So you mark the wall. Smart. Except a few rooms later, the same marks appears ahead of you. You know you did not put it there. Either the hallway loop, the building copy your work, or your memories already failing. Before you decide which answer is worse, the corridor opens into a room far too large to fit behind it. That is when getting lost stopped being the main problem. The building is not just confusing, it is cheating. Your phones become the next obvious solution. There is no signals, but the flashlight, camera, clock, and compass still works, at least for now. The compass changes direction between rooms. The clock says 20 minutes, while your legs insist it has been much, much longer. Then you realize your battery won't last long. When that happens, suddenly that useless phone is your most valuable possessions. And here is where your body starts making everything worse. Your mouth dries out, your feet hurts, and you're also sweating buckets from walking nonstop. Well, you see, human can survive much longer without food than without water. So hunger is not the first thing you should worry about. Thirst is. At first, the wet carpet may look disgusting, but after hours with no water, you may start thinking about it. The carpet did not become cleaner. Your standards are simply dying before you do. Then you find a water bottle beneath one of the lights. That should be a good news, right? Except there's nothing here should be waiting for you. Drink it, and you gamble on what is inside. Ignore it, and dehydration slowly changes the judgment you need to make the choice. Either way, the backroom has started choosing for you. Exhaustion arrives next. You need sleep, but every room has several entrances. Keep walking, and you become slow and clumsy. Stop to sleep, and you cannot notice whether some things enter while you're unconscious. Then you catch your ankle on a loose strip of carpet. It is barely an injury, but every step makes it worse, and there is no medicine or nowhere clean to treat it. Your mission changed from find the exit to stay functional long enough to keep looking. Then your mind joined the problem. You enter a corridor and cannot remember whether you explored it or only thought about exploring it. A mark appears in your handwriting, but you do not remember making it at all. Another sits too high for you to have reached. The fluorescent buzzing begins forming rhythms, then almost words. Movement flickers beside the doorway and disappear when you turn. A stain used as a landmark appears on the opposite wall. The terrifying part is not that the room may be changing, it is that you are no longer reliable enough to prove they are. You hear a scream from far away. 30 seconds later, it repeats with the same pitch and cut off. Not a second scream, but the same scream. Following it could lead to another survivor, but it also could lead to something that discovers screaming makes human approach. So you stay still. That sounds smart until scraping begins behind the wall. It stops when you're moving. Then a human voice comes from a doorway with no room behind it. A growl will be easier. A growl tells you to leave. A human voice gives you hope, and hope is better bait. Well, you may meet another person. They could have water, information, or a way out. They could also be desperate like you, unstable, lying, or shaped like a person when it's not. This may goes on until something change. You find a staircase, a dark doorway, or a corridor cleaner than everything behind you. It might be an exit, or it might be another level. You may also find visitors who claim they know a way home. Their path could be real, outdated, or just designed to give you hope. Then the light ahead became warmer. The carpet is dry. Your phone suddenly finds signals. Everything looked normal enough to trust it, except that is why you cannot trust it. You see, the backroom has copied rooms, sounds, landmark, objects, and possibly people. Familiarity is no longer proof. A place that looked like home may be home, or it may be the first step patient enough to learn what home looked like. And you cannot certainly wait forever. Sooner or later, something approached from behind while the only possible exit wait ahead. Stays and whatever is coming catching up. Step through it and you trust the one thing this place has spent entire time teaching you is not to trust. You could also survive the first few hours. With luck, maybe days, but eventually the backroom force you to bet your life on an answer you cannot verify. And it only needs you to be wrong once.